So I realised I didn't film any kind of intro for this vlog, so I thought I would just pop on and give like a wee bit of context, particularly if you're new to this channel. Basically, me and my partner have been living in a tiny home for about 3 years now, and we parked up in his family's garden essentially, but for various reasons we now need to leave where we're moving and have decided to do a remodel, quite a big remodel of the tiny home, again for lots of reasons, but one of the main ones mean that it is easier to transport. So originally it was 2 levels and we have been reducing it down to 1 level, which would mean like completely cutting it out and basically starting again. So I've been taking some time off of YouTube whilst we've been doing that, but I thought I would capture bits and bobs of renovation because my last video you guys said you might be quite interested in seeing that. So I'm not sure how many of these vlogs are going to be, but I thought I had enough to put at least one vlog together for you guys to see how we are getting on. And also a quick reminder, if you do want to be hearing more from me regularly, then I am still over on Substack. I post something, at least one thing every week. Every Monday it's free to read, and then on a Friday my paid membership get an extra piece of writing or a video from me. And if you do follow me on there, you'll know that another bit of news for me is I am now actually writing a book. I have a book deal and that will be coming out in March 2027, so I'll leave the link, which is free to read, to the posts or posts all about that, because that's been very exciting that I've been beavering away on. But all that said, let's get into the renovation vlog. Hello loves, long time no speak. I've been terrible at capturing kind of renovation stuff because, to be honest, it's been a building site and it's still a building site, the tiny home. It's been a full remodel top to bottom and there wasn't a huge amount to film. It's been my partner beavering away, and essentially what I was going to show you where we're at the moment is he has managed to lower the height of the tiny home, remove the lofts, and now we're kind of in the process of getting the shell back together. So very much a work in progress, but you will see that before we had lofts here and here, and they're both gone. So it's quite hard to tell you, but like I could not really touch the ceiling, so we've still got like a nice amount of headroom. It's feeling slightly darker in here at the moment because we haven't put in all the panelling. Obviously you can see all the insulation's exposed. That needs to be put in and painted white, but it's still nice and bright and airy. So this was what our kitchen was, as you can see. These aren't staying here, these were over here. We had a kitchen like all the way around here, shelves along this wall, and then I'll turn around, you can see where the rest of the house is shaping up. And then kind of where this unit was, they've just been plonked here for now, was where our sofa was, kind of our living space, and the French doors. And then this is new, so this used to be a loft up there, staircase up to a loft. Obviously it's lower now, but this will be where our bedroom and our bathroom is going to be. We did start a bathroom, but we've been living in the garden, for people that don't know, of my partner's mum, so we didn't really need a fully fitted bathroom, to be honest, because we could just use hers, but we will be needing that where we go. So at the moment plans are unsure. We definitely know this is the tight space. This is also where everything is being shoved in the last couple of days, so it's not much to show you. Obviously we've put the biggest window, like this lengthy window in here, and this is going to be like bedroom space. So we are considering, / I think we've pretty much decided we're going to have to do like a bunk bed situation, me and my partner. One, because we both like our own beds at night, like we had that before in tiny home. We had a loft each which we slept in, that's just our preference. And 2, we have height but we don't have a huge amount of width, and we would also really love to fit in as a workspace in here. As one, I work fully from home, and my partner likes to have a desk occasionally as well. So we're thinking it's going to be bunk beds with the lower bunk pretty much on the floor. We'd like enough space maybe to put drawers in, and then the first bunk, and then the second bunk maybe just below the window. And then maybe in here we could have like a desk space. The bathroom's going to have to be fully built in because we already bought this wet wall. We're trying to reuse as much as we can as possible. So we already had wet wall, which isn't the same height as the house, so it's going to have to be built in. And we put it this side because we already had the rather massive window with frosted glass on this side, and that would have been a big pain to move, so we thought we might as well just continue with having this as our bathroom space. Obviously this is really, really small for a bathroom. It looks even smaller with just all the insulation in it, but we will have to buy a shower enclosure, and we're thinking we're not going to have a sink in there. We have a sink in the kitchen, like we'll cope with that. Or cutting a door in here. The idea being it'll be a shower on the side and a toilet here, and then this remaining space is going to be storage of some sort. Probably hanging clothes, considering this is where our clothes, so where our bedroom's going to be, but it's very much all up for debate at the moment. I think that's probably the most concrete plans we've got is this space. But when it comes to kind of the main bit of the tiny home, we do think we're going to do a bit of a switcheroo with the rooms and have the living space along here and the kitchen here with the French doors. We had another window, another like long one like this. We've not put it in. I don't think we're going to, because I really want this wall space, particularly as this is going to be the kitchen, for shelves. I love open shelving. As you will know, in our old home we had a lot of open shelving, so thinking, you know, counters along here and then shelving, more shelving. This kind of wee nooket's going to be storage, or like we've got like a shoe bench, maybe that can go there, and we can hang clothes. Unsure. We're also thinking of doing like, I would quite like to make the rooms feel a bit more separate. I think what we fell down with before is the living space felt a bit like a corridor, so we also thought we might have counters along and then like a breakfast bar here. So almost like a partition, and it can be another place we can work and sit. We never had a table to really sit at in our old home, so that might happen. And then, you know, along here we're thinking can be like maybe a console table or like a bench. We've got our sofa still, which we're probably gonna just put back in here, but we could have extra seating with storage. It's nice and bright here, but it also means if we're sat here, it's not easy to see it. Not that we're going to be particularly exposed where we're going to be parking up, but yeah, it's all go. And I'll try and get a few more clips from this point on to capture a bit more of this renovation process, because we're getting to the fun part of it now, putting it all back together. So it's been very scary, and lowering off the roof was quite stressful, but my partner's doing such an amazing job, and yeah, it's feeling like a bit of a home again. So fingers crossed we can get this livable in the next couple of months. So I'm just in B&Q car park and I am going paint shopping, which is quite exciting. We have decided to repaint the kitchen cabinets, which we really need doing anyway, and we're going to change the colour from like an olive green to a blue, specifically like a mid blue that's like fairly bright. We don't want it to be too dark, but not like garish in your face. I've seen some online and I've got some Pinterest inspiration, but I'm not like very experienced or good at paint shopping, so it is quite an overwhelming experience. I'm going to have a look, maybe I have to video call my partner for his thoughts, and hopefully I get something I like and we can get painting, because that would be really fun. So the house is looking pretty different. I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. It's probably very echoey in here, so sorry about the audio, but as you can see, the space is coming along. It's feeling quite big. I think because you're taking the stairs out all being one level, you really feel the width of the space now. It's looking pretty empty. But this main room, which is going to be the sitting room and the kitchen, is the most together at the moment. And then through that door is the bedroom and bathroom, which is very much in progress, and all the rubbish has been shoved in there for now. So I'll take the camera off and give you a little bit of an update on where we're at the moment. So the first thing, I don't think I showed you in the last video, maybe I did, was this kind of built-in bench area. So we're starting to think about storage, and this is like right at the front side of the house. So in here is going to be the diesel heater and just like extra storage. Obviously it's going to have doors and we're probably going to paint it all white. And then this I'm thinking is going to be nice shelf storage for books. And we also have these kind of incidental shelves up here, which I'm quite excited about. I'd quite like a plant here, but I'm not really a plant person. I love the look of plants, but I kill all plants and I don't know what they need. So maybe, or it might just be more books. Not sure yet, but she'll spin you around. So the idea for this space, we're going to have probably our sofa along here and then a kind of storage unit along here. My partner would quite like a TV, so we're probably going to have that here. Not a massive one, hopefully. And then we move into the kind of kitchen area. I got this actually the other day. I put it up. It'll probably come down again because it'll get dusty, just to see what it would look like. But I got this on Facebook for £30, which I'm quite chuffed with because it's a nice size. Obviously, this is going to be for coat storage. There's a shelf above it, and then you've got these wee baskets, which are really cute. So they'll be perfect for like hats and gloves and just general kind of extra clothing items and stuff. And then I already have a shoe bench. If you see my YouTube before, you will have seen, which can go along here, and it's a similar wood. We are thinking of replacing the hooks because they're not my favourite. They're a little bit shiny and they don't feel massively secure. My partner found he's got some nice kind of antique brass hooks. I don't know where to put them, otherwise I would show you. Probably going to replace them with that. And this is how the kitchen is coming along. So you can see it's a different colour. It's not fully finished, painted yet. As you can see, it was green before, and we ended up going with this stone blue from Farrow & Ball paint. I got some paint from B&Q, and I think that's maybe I showed that. I can't remember. And I hated it. So we ended up going back to Farrow & Ball because I just know they do lovely colours, and this is I think this is 2 coats now, so it's pretty much there. Still needs some touching up and finishing, and we haven't done the inside yet. And then we're going to be replacing the we had these silver knobs before, and we're going to be replacing them similar to this, but maybe not quite as dark. We already had these, so I just wanted to see what they would look like. But maybe more of like a brass or a darker gold. Not so keen on the silver now. And then we will be replacing this worktop because this was always a very, very budget buy. We ran out of money at the end of our when we built the tiny home the first time, and obviously it's had to be kind of cut up to pieces, so it will have to be recycled, this one. But we've ordered a really lovely one. That should be coming in a couple of weeks. Hopefully it's lovely anyway. It's like a darker wood, more of a butcher block style. And then the shelves are we're trying to figure out where we want everything at the moment. This long one is probably going to stay where it is, and then we've got like a couple of extra shelves and a spice rack yet to go up. So you've got like along this wall, and then there's space along that wall as well. Maybe that's where the spice rack will go. Unsure yet. And this counter will have to have the sink and the hob put back in. At present, this is our fridge freezer situation that we've had to stack because it's the only real place for them. Would ideally love to just buy a complete fridge freezer. I really love the ones that are like retro style, not a smeg because I'm not made of money, but that kind of thing. But these function, so at the moment we're just prioritising spending on things that we definitely need. But if I feel we might want to, I'd be looking on Marketplace and stuff for a second-hand one, but if not, these are fine. Like we can use them and then maybe one day sell them on Marketplace and use that money towards a nicer fridge freezer that looks a bit more aesthetic. Also considering just building in a unit, but if you've got a nice looking fridge, that's kind of a feature in itself, and we'd quite like one that complements the blue, maybe a blue one. Up there currently is the hob, but that's quite a nice, I think I'm going to get a mini oven, and that's going to be where that lives, or that can be where our air fryer lives at the moment. Any space at the moment, I'm like, oh, storage. And then through here is carnage. At the moment, like I say, all the stuff just been shoved in here, all the tools and everything. So there's not a huge amount I can show you at the moment, but I think I said before, we're thinking of bunk beds, and that's where we're going. We got these really lovely, like chunky fence posts that are going to be like four of these around, and then I'm going to try and make them aesthetically pleasing and stain all the wood and make it really lovely. And we're also going to have a cupboard in here,
And we're going to have a cupboard in here. So this is going to be where a lot of our storage is. There's also space above where the bathroom roof is. That can be great because it goes really far back. We shove stuff up there that we just don't want to see. And then there should still be room for a wee desk in and around here. But yeah, can't show you much. Or I could probably just about show you there is a shower, or at least a shower door and a shower tray now in place.
So still lots to do, but it's getting there. We are getting there.